morning everyone. A warm welcome at IBS Dehradun. I am your host Kanika Bhatia and today we interviewed our Vice Chancellor Dr. Ram Karan Singh at ICFAI University Dehradun. So I would like to share a quick intro about him. Actually he has so many achievements that we couldn't keep a track of. So here are some. He has over 34 years of experience in academics, research, administrative and consultancy in the top institutions and universities in India and abroad. Secondly, he is the recipient of 30 top national and international academic and research awards. Also in his patronage as an chairman of board of doctoral research and dean PhD of research and industrial regions of 110 PhD research scholars have received their degrees in the university system with the help of him. He has over 150 research papers in reputed peer-reviewed journals. Also, he has authored 5 books in his credit. He has 12 national and international published patents. Out of that, 5 international patents are granted in US, German, UK and Australia in the latest thrust areas of engineering and technology, that is AI, machine learning, green technology, etc. He has also a copyright on machine learning model and required data sets in CDM, that is Clean Development Mechanism, to measure carbon print of AI, artificial intelligence technologies 2024. Lastly, his future commitment is to give top leadership role through institutional building as an educationist, research and academic activities and academic policies at national and international level through his vast national and international diverse experience and peer relations. So let us begin with the interview. Thank you so much. A very warm welcome, sir. We would like to ask a few questions from you regarding IBS Dehradun and how it is working for the development of both students and the faculty that are here. So to begin with, our first question is, what is your long-term vision for IBS Dehradun, that is ICFAI Business School, in shaping the future ready leaders?
First of all, good morning to one and all here for planning this particular interaction. And to be very precise with your question, we have prepared one 10-year IBS and ICFAI University development plan for the future, in which we have a very special attention to the IBS school in terms of improving its undergraduate, postgraduate and PhD program. And we have a roadmap for year 2023 to 2033 for next 10 years, to be precisely how the students' strength need to be improved, along with more specialization options in the management program, so that when a student get their degree, they can study the programs like multi-criteria decision-making courses, business analytics, and so many other kind of the specialization options which are going to be important in times to come. And since with the new education policy 2020, our undergraduate degree is also going to be 4 years degree, in which last year will be focused on the research related things. So we have planned to strengthen both undergraduate, postgraduate and PhD program in IBS school for next 10 years in terms of increasing the student strength, more number of programs, more number of specialization options, research-based teaching, so that the quality of students coming out of these programs can give the leadership at a national as well as international level. Thank you.
As you mentioned about the NEP, that is education policy, so do you face any difficulties for implementation of the policy in the organization?
This is a very good question you have raised. New education policy is very important for the country like India, where we have a very diverse environment education system with number of boards, state specific. So in this particular process, we have the idea of bringing a new education policy 2020 so that the Indian education can be standardized and it can be made as part of the Western education system. So that when our students are going to work abroad in any English speaking country or non-English speaking countries, they should not have the problem related to the programs and course related. Our most students are targeting these days their higher studies, the country like USA, Australia, New Zealand, UK, because of a very similar kind of the course structure in these countries. But still taking this course content in terms of the best academic practices, it is important for our education system to be revamped and need to go as per the new education policy. Coming to the second part of your questions, any difficulty related to implementation of new education policy in IUD and IBS system? I said no. Reason being, nearly 4 decades back when this particular system was set up, that time itself we have included lot many new features which are there in new education policy. For example, grading system, CGPA system, GPA system, semester system, and exit and re-entry options. These features are right from the inception of the university. So we do not have any problem in implementation of the new education policy. Rather, we are ahead of all these things. Only the ABC portal which has come, Academic Bank of Credit, in which we are getting the good government supports to upload all the information and data related to a student, so that students should have a flexibility to move from one university to other university in terms of transferring their grades. So IBS as a whole and sisterly university of ICFAI universities as a whole are doing very good in implementing the new education policy. Thank you.
So sir, since we talked about the challenges and what goes on, so relating to this, in today's actual competitive management education space, what truly differentiates our IBS from different universities?
One very important feature is the research-based and the case-based studies in the IBS program, which is very, very important. And this is one of the very strong feature of IBS brand name. At present, the 7,000 case studies which has been developed by the IFHC and other sisterly management institution of the IBS brand are very useful material for teaching learning, not only for the country, but these cases are used globally. This is a very important aspect of IBS education. Another aspect on which we need to focus and focus more in the times to come is the university-industry relationship, where our students go for the short-term as well as long-term internship. These programs need more attention, not only in terms of the quality improvement as well as increasing the number of internship stations in different cities, including the outside India, so that our students should not face the job-related issues when they graduate. They need to get national as well as international job with good pay package and better kind of the work environment. Thank you.
So sir, since we talked about research in the question, my next question is related to that only, that how does IBS promotes research and thought learning amongst the students as well as the faculty?
This is a very good question from you. The research-based teaching is not only the cases, it is the PhD research which is the more important for the professor and the teacher and the faculty member which are coming in. They need to do the quality research in order to get their PhD degree. At the same time, they need to do the research-based teaching to the students. For that reason, they need to be aware what are the latest things which are going on in the research areas of their expertise. For that, university is developing an ecosystem by providing the university fellowship, 10 scholars every year, and this year IBS has taken the full-time the PhD research scholars who are focusing on the quality research, and they are the future faculty member as well. So they are trained right from inception so that they can do the research-based teaching. Other than that, we have various other kind of the research incentive for the faculty members in terms of giving the research grants to the faculty members for pursuing the research. That is also internal grant. On the top of that, we also have the research incentive for doing the quality research publication in the good journals like Scopus, Springer, and various other kind of the journals, including patents, copyright, book chapters, and including the exemption of the registration fees for the international conferences and all. So we are developing a very good kind of the ecosystem for the faculty member and the research scholar, so that they can do the quality research. At the same time, they can help the student in the teaching learning in their long-term internship program, research-based, as well as the in-semesters project-related works, research-related. So this will enhance the system as a whole to bring the research culture in the university and IBS system, and make the student aware what is the importance of the research. For example, the digital marketing and so many new areas, business analytics, and decision science, so many new areas are coming in the area of management, where the deep research are involved and important to grab and capture the international markets and make the student employable and better employable with the better pay package, with the better jobs, terms, condition, and so on. Thank you.
Sir, actually I am relating to the question. So I just heard case-based learning in your answer. So I would like to ask that case-based and practical learning, how does this approach prepare the students for real world decision making?
This is a very, very important question. Unless we go for the case-based learning, we cannot imagine or visualize the scale of the problems. For example, when an engineer design a dam, he design on a A4 size paper, and when we see the body of the dam, it is spread in the hundreds of square kilometer of area, is a reservoir, with other things. So we are not able to correlate those magnitude. Same thing cases bring. For example, if the South Korea economics has collapsed, what are the things which has been brought into the system to revive the economy? So if these things are teaches with the help of the case, then it becomes more practical for the student to learn. That is the importance of case. And such thousands and hundreds of good cases can be referred, which are there as a best practices in different countries, including Europe, Japan, America, the areas where they are becoming a business model, new economies, new dimensions of life, and so many other new things. So unless until those cases are practically quoted in the classroom, a student will not be able to visualize. So teaching learning is not all about what are the written in the textbook and the reference book. It should be beyond that. What are the practically going on? That is the reason I also encourage the student, they should also read the newspaper like Business Standard, Economic Times, so that they should know in the real life what are the things going on. For example, if you follow the stock market, today the silver is going very high and all other stocks are going down.
Yes.
So what is the science behind that? What is the practicality behind that? Tomorrow you can make a career in the stock market and other things. If you don't have a global knowledge and the knowledge of the economy, knowledge of the subject, knowledge of the commerce, you will not be able to survive in the market. So it becomes very important for the student to relate the classroom knowledge with the practical problem existing in the outside world. That is the importance of the cases to be used in the management education.
So have you actually seen that there is a change in the student's personality after learning through case-based?
Yes, actually this normally I see from my own life. So cases are not important only for the management education, but it is important for all other education. For example, if we train the engineers, we train them with the help of the design problems. And we take the n number of design problems to solve design in the classroom, so that whenever they are going in the practical world, they should not have a problem. So if we draw the system analogy, there the design problem is equivalent to the cases used in the management. So we can do this analogy. Same thing if you take the medical education, there the cases are the human health. Every time they need to experiment, they need to find out the new science in terms of theoretical and the empirical knowledge and apply and make those things the area of medicine for the human readiness. So, the thing which we are calling as a case in the business education is a design problem, in engineering education is the health problem, in the medical education, social problem in the social sciences and so on. So there is a net analogy. So case is nothing special. Case is the different form of the practical knowledge which is being used to train the graduates.
True. Actually, with this, I would like to ask that what are the future skills you believe that will be non-negotiable for the management students for the upcoming decade?
Not only this question is relevant for the management student, but it is relevant for all other areas of the knowledge domain. Any knowledge need to be linked with the IT-based teaching learning. Any knowledge need to be integrated with the Indian knowledge system in the Indian context. And any knowledge need to be integrated with the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Then the education is going to become more comprehensive, holistic in terms of the growth. Education is not all about getting the A4 degree and getting a job. It is much beyond that. It should also keep our mental health good, physical health good, and as a professional we need to do things. So all these things, if they are integrated in the education is going to become holistic education.
Thank you for answering this, sir. And since we are talking about students entering the institution, the difficult world which they face, so what kind of support exists for students here at IBS Dehradun for their ideas, for their startups? What help do they actually get?
Here in IBS Dehradun, we are ensuring that the students should have the multi-career options when they graduate. They should also have a hunger of further study in terms of doing research to become a professor. They should have a hunger of becoming a leader in the corporate sectors and the environment. And they should also have a hunger of starting their own internships, organization and companies, even their business, home business to extend it. So we try to give the multitask to the student so that when they graduate, they can pursue the area of their own interest in the times to come. Some of these students may also go for a competitive exams. I have seen many graduates who were coming with the management background from BITS Pilani. For example, the present Director General of Police in Dehradun city is the person who graduated from management program from BITS Pilani, my batchmate. So they can also go for the civil services, and they can manage the country as a whole in terms of giving the leadership in certain areas. So management is not all about going to the jobs related to HR and marketing. It is much beyond that. So all the domains are open for the management students. Even they can build up the career in the national and international stock markets, which is a huge job market for the graduates in the times to come. But it requires a lot of empirical and the theoretical knowledge to be learned and applied and make the things practically happen.
Thank you, sir. So actually we are talking about the global exposure here, and I have also heard about the Dubai immersion program that is here at IBS Dehradun. So we would like to know how these things works.
This is a very important question. These days the international immersion programs are very important. So sometimes for the quick exposure you can avail this kind of the existing programs which are money driven programs. They need to certain amount of revenue to be spent to go for this kind of the programs. But if you are planning in a larger perspective, Then the exam like GMAT, where you can get a chance to go the country like USA, and IELTS and GRE and GMAT. These kind of the exams may help you to go to the higher education institutions where you can start your career to the next level. For example, some of our CEOs, Microsoft chairman, Google chairman, who studied in India, but they did their management degree from universities like Oxford, Stanford, MIT. Because these institutions create the leaders who can lead the world. So we are not giving anything and everything here, but certain things you have to take from the rest of the world, and for that you need to have a vision. Those vision linked with the hard work, good GMAT score, good GRE score, good TOEFL score, good letters from your professors may help you to get into the system where you can get a degree, where you can lead the world. For example, Rishi Sunak, all these people, they are not managing the UK economy just simply studying in a university. They have to get the knowledge even more to lead the world. So knowledge domain is a very, very strong knowledge domain. It is up to us how long we go in our journey to achieve those knowledge so that we can lead the knowledge domain globally as well as this.
So thank you, sir. This was the end of our questions, and thank you so much for giving us a perspective that management is not just about corporates. Thank you for telling us about the policy, the difficulty we face, how we overcome those difficulties. So thank you for being with us. So would you like to give any message for our future aspirants?
Thank you so much for connecting with me. And there are a lot of things which we are going to discuss and talk in the times to come, and I wish it should reach to the management students. And hereafter you can go this kind of the podcast, very topic specific, where we can go deeper into the matter, how to dig those matter deeply and bring into the practice so that more and more our students should get benefited in the times to come. So this is just a starting, but I wish that we can have such more number of interactions on a continuous basis.
Sure.
Where we can go on a specific topic. For example, how to improve the academic university and academia and the industry relation. On this topic I can talk for days and see and how these are very relative terms. इसको हम कैसे करें कि it can reach to an extent where most of our IBS students should get benefited. So hereafter I wish to take one topic at a time and want to discuss in deeper how to relate and improve this kind of the things for our long-term vision and plan. For example, next 100 years, we as a IBS, what we are willing to achieve for our students, for the society, for the global society. So I wish we should talk deeper, and I shall give the global perspective in the discussion of this. Where the Indian education go 100 years hereafter. So I wish to talk more and more deeper so that I can give the future directions to the education through the IBS, through the university as a whole, and make this kind of the platform more informative in a real sense so that student community, faculty, staffs at a national level, at a global level, they should get benefit.
Thank you so much.